Good morning. It is 8:20 a.m. on Friday, November 29th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I more or less just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Thanksgiving yesterday went pretty well. We had a big group over at the house and there was lots of food and family and all those sorts of things that you normally expect. Or I don't know, I shouldn't say normally expect because there's a whole range of normal, but the things that I expected at least. And it went pretty well, so that was a good time. Then I came back here to my mom's house and we had a nice low-key evening. We watched the first hour of The Irishman, which is the new Martin Scorsese mob movie that is released simultaneously in theaters and on Netflix. And it's a long movie, so we only watched the first hour before there were some folks wanting to go to bed. But I mean, at least an hour in, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. I felt sort of like I knew what to expect from a Scorsese mob movie, which is not a bad thing, but I found myself kind of even more engaged than I really kind of expected. So I'm definitely going to watch the rest of it. But right now it's still a little early. Not everyone in the house is awake yet. But, I'm kind of poking around this back porch with another Winter Wonderland. Let's see if you can actually see any of that. Some nice things on there. I've got some animals by my side. This is Lily, who's a white German Shepherd, very sleepy. Got Oz, the cat, over here. When I sat down to start this video, we had another white German Shepherd named Patty with me, but she heard some activity in the kitchen and felt like she needed to go check that out. So this has been a pretty relaxing vacation trip for me. I haven't really set myself a lot of any sort of productive tasks as far as personal projects or anything. Mostly I'm, just hanging out and socializing or watching TV and socializing or I'm playing a bunch of Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch, and that's pretty good too. I'm very pleased with Luigi's Mansion 3. Even whether or not you have played any of the other Luigi's Mansion games really doesn't matter at all. But it's just got a pretty satisfying loop of, you're in this big hotel tower that's all haunted. It's 100 floors of frights, like in David S. Pumpkins. It's not 100 floors, but the idea is all the elevator buttons have been stolen by the ghosts. And so you get each floor, and then when you defeat the boss ghost, you get the elevator button to go to the next floor. And it's a pretty satisfying loop of kind of discovering what each floor has to offer. And they're they're nicely varied, and they start getting a lot more elaborate. Like, one floor will be more or less recognizably a hotel room floor that is just, infested with ghosts. And then the next floor will start being like, okay, they've got a whole auditorium on the 7th floor of this hotel. All right. And then the next floor will be a medieval castle that has apparently the whole big battlements and vista and everything, even though you're only on the 8th floor of a 12th floor hotel. It's actually probably 13 now that I think about it, because of course it is. But yeah, and it's pretty silly. It's got some nice humor, and there's a pretty satisfying loop of just using your ghost busting equipment is a combination flashlight vacuum cleaner, and so you just go around using the vacuum cleaner part to just suck up anything that isn't nailed down in the room, which is it's pretty satisfying. And you can kind of do as much or as little of that as you want, but I tend to be the person who wants to clear out every room. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, that was a cough from the Lily dog next to me. And we got Oz doing the jungle gym climbing over there. Still asleep. She lifted her head up to look at me briefly, but then went back. In the event, my brother and sister-in-law are coming over later today here with their baby, my niece, and we're going to do burritos and hang out a little bit more this afternoon. And so that's pretty much what I have on the agenda today. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for now, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.